lawyers have approached the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory to begin committee proceedings against the Director General of the State Security Service, Yusuf Bichi, on grounds of violation of multiple judgments and orders of court directing the release of suspended Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele from custody.
The court has given several orders directing him to release Godwin Emefiele, the CBN governor. He refused. He started by with the issue of terrorism, where he came to this court trying to deceive the court to give him order to arrest Godwin Emefiele, and the court refused. The court said that if you feel that he has committed an offense of terrorism, you don't need my order. Go ahead and carry out your investigation. So, few months back, the man was picked as a sitting CBN governor, arrested and detained on the ground of terrorism. The world in general and Nigerians in particular were waiting for them to come up with the evidence. They unlawfully kept the man in their custody.
Barrister Maxwell Okpara, that's one of the lawyers that went to court. And Barrister Maxwell, let's quickly hear from you, because we have to still deal with popular issues in Nigeria. Yes, you led other lawyers to court to sue for a contempt charge against the DSS DG. And from what you have said now, that they should come up with investigation, I don't understand, because the court told them that they should either free the man within 7 days or charge him to court, and the DSS charged him to court.
Yes, it's good we put the record straight. We are trying to see how we get the system functional. We are trying to see how the rule of law will stand. If you watch when the immediate past president, President Buhari, came in, he used this DSS to harass our judges unlawfully, get them arrested, destroy their properties, flouted all the legal process of investigation. Now, and we are keeping quiet. He deceived President Buhari for good 8 years.
Who did?
I'm talking about the director of the DSS. If you watch within that period, a lot of things have been going on. Now, we are talking about Emefiele. I don't want to go into others. As I speak to you, these are various court judgments I have. For people he arrested in the southeast. What is happening in the southeast is that if you want to wicked somebody, just write to DSS that this person is a member of ESN or IPOB. They will just come by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., get the person arrested, blindfold the person, that will be all. If you go to DSS's office here in Abuja, you will see many persons that are there. Even there are people tell that maybe they are dead. So, and we have been having this order. And one funny thing there is that anytime you file enforcement of fundamental right against the person, probably you hear, okay, you just file enforcement of fundamental right against the DSS. Lo and behold, they will just come up. Yes, we picked him, he's with us.
Okay.
Yes.
Confirming that the person is with us.
Yes. I have, we are court ordered. Never said, no, I don't believe in rule of law. I don't believe in court order.
Is that what he said?
Yes, about his conduct.
Okay, no, you are reading his conduct.
Yes, no.
It's not as if he said it verbally.
You can say something by your conduct. It's not necessary that you must speak it out. These are judgment of the court. Nobody appealed against the judgment. You refused. Now, back to this Emefiele's own. You see what they normally do. When immediately they get you arrested, they will rush to court and get court order. Rely on one particular order, Order 27 of Terrorism Act, that gave them the power to detain somebody for 90 days. And they still went back to that court for renewal. Had it been that Emefiele is not a CBN governor, they wouldn't have rushed to court. They would just pick the man, collect his son, that would be all. Now, because he's a CBN governor, they decided to go to court, thinking that they would deceive the judge. Good enough, the judge said no. this man that is coming like this, if this man commit an act of offense of terrorism financing, get him arrested, investigate him, prosecute him. You don't need my order. Now, finally, Emefiele was arrested, unlawfully arrested, kept. We are waiting for them to come with the evidence. Nothing happened. People, their family members and some other persons and Emefiele went to court. Different courts gave order, release him. Now, when the last court gave order that he should be released or taken to court, they said that they are ready to charge Emefiele.
No, but they have charged him.
Wait, now I'm coming. We are waiting for them to come up with the evidence of terrorism.
Okay, you're waiting for the evidence.
Yes.
Because the DSS,
I'm coming.
The DSS charge is everywhere.
IJ, I'm coming. Only for us to see the most embarrassing and ridiculous charge I've ever seen since I've been practicing law. Unlawful possession of firearm.
Yes.
Now, we are now asking, you told the world that this man committed an act of terrorism. Then why coming up with unlawful possession of firearm? A division, area command, not even state command, can investigate and prosecute. Now, the said pump action you are talking about is licensed, only for you to say that the license has expired. So, you can now see.
But as a lawyer, should you have an arm that the license has expired in your house?
But there is a license, just like when you have the driver's license.
It has expired.
Wait, you have driver's license and it has expired.
Yes.
The offense is quite different from somebody that without license at all. We are not talking about that. You are telling us that this man committed act of terrorism. And that's what we are waiting for you to come up with. You held him for 5 weeks. Now, he is trying to deceive that act, that strategy used on President Buhari that made his government the most unpopular government. That's what he's now using. So we said, no, we are lawyers. We cannot continue. Because they are not even destroying the society. They are also destroying our own profession. We cannot allow him. Because before Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu will have his 100 days in office, let us start attacking him now. Let us tell him to be careful with this man. Release him. Remove him immediately. Sack him. Relieve him of his appointment. He wants to destroy this country. You can't just come up. You lie to the whole world. Are we kids? So he must leave. Now, there is a subsisting order. And you are still holding the man, saying that you have a charge. What charge? Is he not entitled to administrative bail? So what is the duty of DSS? So this thing is just a mere persecution. He has a personal vendetta against Emefiele. And we say you cannot use our office. DSS is not your father's inheritance, for Christ's sake. Ijoma, just let the CJ, Federal High Court, pick some judges, go to that DSS office, interview people who are there. What we will hear, you won't believe it. I do go there to visit Nnamdi Kanu. What we will hear, you won't believe it. Some people have been there for 1 year, 2 years, they are there. No charge of any type, nothing. So we said we cannot keep quiet, for Christ's sake. And if the senator refused to, we'll continue to protest. We'll continue to follow it up.
Which senator, please?
I mean, the president, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu. If he refused to relieve him his appointment, we said no. Remember that when they come up with this issue of military, we all of us kept quiet. That is how he destroyed military for 6 years, keeping people who are incompetent in that place. They came up with that of police. We said no. I took him to court until he removed Ibrahim Adamu. Usman Babali Akali, who retired, said that we said no until he removed him. I think that was last month or last 2 months. So we can't be keeping quiet. Because if we allow these people to destroy our security agents, using it to fight personal vendetta, they are destroying the society. Because no foreign investor will come into your place to come and invest in a place that there is no rule of law. Okay, so and you are not talking about somebody having a pump action. Asaridu Kubo was brandishing AK-47 there after speaking to the president, threatening the entire Igbo nation, and you never care to invite him. And it's somebody with pump action. What are you trying to tell us? So we can't keep quiet because. But
Sapara,
yes,
this your contempt now that you have filed for. What's the implication?
The implication is for him to go to prison.
You just take him to prison.
No, court will take him to prison.
Okay,
if you file for 48,
you have to wait for the court.
You file for his committal proceedings. You file for 48. After 48 hours, you file for 49 and ask court to send it to prison.
But there have to be judgment first.
No, the judgment is there is that you should come and show court. Tell the court the reason why.
No, the court needs to pronounce it.
Yes, now.
Yes.
We have started. That is the process.
Okay.
So that we start we will serve as a deterrent to others. You can't keep quiet, IJ. Listen, let me tell you. When we are talking about this content, it's because of you are not a victim. Imagine where somebody will just destroy your, pull down your doors, invade the house by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whisk away your brother or your husband, blindfolded him. You go to DSS of the state, they say it's not there. Go to Abuja. You go to Abuja, they say that no, it's there. You don't know whether it's DSS that came. You don't know whether it's an unknown gunman. You just leave everything. After 1 year, you just go to church, celebrate that maybe the man is dead, only for them to come and tell you. Somebody will just come out. Come, are you the husband of are you the wife of this person? Said yes. I just came out of DSS. That's why we even got to that of Chirebule Chefu. Somebody came out, called the wife. Are you the wife of Chirebule Chefu? He said yes. I just came out of DSS, so I'm using a known number. They said that I should not even tell you your husband is alive. He said I should tell you that after 6 months, that is when we file this enforcement of fundamental rights and call all that they should release. For them now to come and show us the order.
All the orders that you have, they are not obeying.
They are not obeying it. And everybody's keeping quiet.
So you're thinking that the content charge that you have filed now,
yes,
may go your way.
Yes, now of course now.
And if it goes your way,
that is why we are calling the media. That's why, so that let's see whether Magaji Bichi Yusuf is above the law. You are a director of DSS means what? Are you the first director? You are not the first and you can be the last. So this issue of don't talk what? You cannot live more than the day God allocated to you. So we said no. He should obey court order. We are not saying that Emefiele did not commit crime, but let the due process be followed. So what is the court order that you want the DSS to obey? Release Emefiele? Oh, yes, one.
And the one given by. They've already charged him to court.
For what?
No, even if it's for anything, but there's a charge.
Yes.
There is. Yes. So when they release him, the charge...
There is what we call administrative bail now.
Okay, they should release him on administrative bail.
Before that they are charged, there is a subsisting court order.
Yes.
Are you know what I'm saying? And you cannot, because most of the times, not only DSS, ask other practicing lawyers. Most of the times when you go to even police, why we are talking about this one? Because their own has been a habitual issue. Most of the times when you go to police, you will see a constable. A sergeant will tell you that, Oga Baresa, just wait, we are still revealing that on a judgment. Asking a judgment given by a judge, a superior court of record, and you are saying that you are revealing it. Somebody that you don't even know whether he has a first living certificate. So these are the issues that we are trying to correct. We cannot allow this man to destroy the system. I hear them saying, let everybody, yes, it's a Emefiele today. That's why when we are talking about that of Nnamdi Kanu, we are thinking that now it's a Emefiele. We have to use this particular one. Even most of the times they say that we should not be talking about judges. When a judge give an order, I've been in a FCTI court, I think that was last year, vacation judge. He gave an order to the FCC, and the FCC refused. When they brought another case, he said, no, take this file. I'm going to send this file back to CJ. If you cannot obey my order, then why are you coming here? So that is the reason why we want to move the court to send him to prison. Are you good what I'm saying? So that he will have something after his name, at least ex-convict.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Maxwell Okpara. I would like to say a big thank you. We'll still be monitoring the development as they come on the issue of Emefiele and the DSS. So let's wait to change things. Please, can you just give an explanation of what we're expecting?
Once again, good evening, my sister, and good evening, Nigerians. One is that I don't know where that 44 billion naira comes from, because there had never been any education on that appropriation of 44 billion naira for whatever. So I don't know. It is a kind of it's a tantalizing mirage.
Wow.
Yes, it's an optical illusion. I don't know where that one comes from. It has never come to us for appropriation. But the only thing that came to us for appropriation last week was the 890 billion naira supplementary budget amendment act. Because 2022 budget, there was that supplementary budget there of 890 billion for special projects. And then when the new government came into May this year, by May, and then when our 10th assembly was inaugurated in June. So the new government came up with this 500 billion naira palliatives to Nigerians because of the removal of fuel subsidy. So then the new government now wanted that 500 billion naira out of that 890 billion naira supplementary budget of 2022. It was not a new budget. It was 2022 budget, but a supplementary budget for that matter. And before you can have an amendment act, it means that there was something on ground. So that was why it was called Amendment Act. So out of this amended appropriation of 2022, then 500 billion naira was to be sourced, meaning that some items will be scaled down, out of which 500 billion naira will be extracted for the palliatives, which is emergency for Nigerians because of the effects of the removal of the fuel subsidy by the federal government. That was what was brought to the National Assembly. And then out of that 890 billion naira, there had been other items here. Either flood, either road, either National Assembly, either judiciary, and so on and so forth. So it was that part of that 890 billion naira that 70 billion naira was separated for the National Assembly and 35 billion naira separated for the judiciary. And then the rest, about 600 and whatever billions, will go for palliative, and then farmers, flooding, and so on and so forth. Then this 70 billion naira is not a palliative for National Assembly members, and it can never be, and it has never been. It is because the way some people are taking it is as if 70 billion naira will be divided among 109 senators, and 360 House of Representative members. 469 of them will be distributing 70 billion naira among themselves. No, it is not. It's not a palliative. It's not a gift. It's not a graft. It's none of. If you take a visit to the National Assembly today, many senators, many House of Assembly, House of Representative members are even buying shares by themselves, television sets by themselves, renovating offices by themselves, buying tables by themselves, buying fridges by themselves, buy other conveniences by themselves. So it was to, and not only the National Assembly legislators, the support staff for every senator, there is constitutionally and statutorily some other workers that are with them, support staff, which are Nigerians, which are to be paid even by the National Assembly Service Commission. And they have offices too. There is the career officers in the National Assembly. They have offices too. There are other support staff. There are other service providers in the National Assembly that they are supposed to be serviced by the funds that goes to the National Assembly. That is what the 70 billion naira is for. But and that 70 billion naira will not even be administered by legislators. It is going to be administered by the bureaucracy of the National Assembly. And so when they want to buy a television set, it's not going to be bought by a legislator. If they want to buy a fridge, it's not going to be bought by a senator. If they want to buy ordinary maybe compressor in the aircon, it's not going to be bought by a legislator. So it's going to be by the bureaucracy of the National Assembly. And the National Assembly houses more than 4,000-5,000 Nigerians that are working there daily. So anything that is appropriated for the National Assembly does not go to the legislators alone. So it goes to all those people that are there who are Nigerians.
Okay.
Do we say they should go away because we don't want the National Assembly to be perceived as taking much money from the coffers? And another thing which I want you to note because of time is that when you look at the budget, 2023 budget, of about 30 trillion naira. The National Assembly budget, the National Assembly portion there is just about 220 billion, which is less than 0.3% of the total budget. And National Assembly is an arm of government. Legislative is a tripod, judiciary, legislative, and executive. Then, and we know that National Assembly, which is the parliament, is the soul of any democracy. When there is no National Assembly, when there is no parliament, then there can never be democracy, because it's the National Assembly that represents the people.
Okay, let me ask you this, because
yes.
I know that you're a journalist. You were once an editor of one of the popular dailies in Nigeria. And as a journalist, if you are on this side,
yes,
you would ask a question.
Yes.
Some time ago, before this 10th Assembly, yes, even in the National Assembly,
yeah,
they told us that they were renovating the National Assembly. They were only budgeted for that. Now, and for you to tell us now that new members are buying tables and chairs and TVs for themselves, yes, that means those that were there took away what what Nigeria, the bureaucracy in the National Assembly put there for them.
Now, I will now explain that one. When you talk about renovation, for now we are operating our plenary at a makeshift venue.
We know that in
they are doing the renovation.
They are still there.
Yes, like the way it is in the Senate, it is in the House of Representatives. And when you approach the National Assembly today, you find out that the gate has been renovated, which has not been open for use, and several other physical environment of the National Assembly. And this National Assembly complex had been built almost 3 decades ago. There is no even personal houses, apart from a place where not less than 500 plus support staff of about 5,000 will be dwelling and be working every day. You can now just determine and imagine the kind of renovation, massive renovation that place will need after 1 year, instead, to talk less of 4 years of a tenure of a National Assembly member. So definitely there's no way there won't be renovation carried out. So the budget that we were talking about, of the previous National Assembly tenure was for that kind of physical environment renovation, which is ongoing presently. And when you look at when you go to the chambers, you find it's still a lock, because they have not finished the renovation.
Okay.
Both chambers.
Okay.
Then when you look at the gate, the entrance, the approach, it is still under renovation. It has not been opened for use, and several other areas. And then there are some additional buildings, complexes at the back, at the side, and at the center of the National Assembly, which that budget of previous assembly will cover. But when we talk about inside the offices, which is very different, inside the offices, for example, in the Senate, you have 4 rooms. When you have 4 rooms, including the senator's office, when you have 4 rooms, and then only you get there, the television sets that are there could have, most of them, they are all spoiled.
All of them?
No, not all of them.
Many of them. Let's some of them.
You say yes, some of them.
But let me ask
not only some of them. Not only some of them.
Yes.
Not only some of them. I was part of the 9th Assembly.
Okay.
I knew that when we were being given television sets, it was not, we have 2 rooms without
TV.
And then we have to provide by ourselves. But now they want to provide
for you
from
the 70 billion,
and that from the 70 billion it is not going to the coffers of the National Assembly members. We will not see cover out of it. It will not be paid to us, and we are not the ones who will purchase those items.
But Senator, let me ask this question, because we have on good authorities that almost 70% of National Assembly members did not return, especially in the Senate.
Yes.
Okay, that means some of them.
The House of Reps.
Yes, and there are reports that some of them took away these things that were bought for that office. That's why the new members are buying it by themselves. You know, I said this earlier.
No. I don't. I have never seen that one. I have never seen that evidence that some National Assembly members took away anything.
Okay.
You can only take away what was provided.
So that means it was not there initially.
Yes.
Okay.
But not much of this, because I was part of the 9th Assembly. I bought my own television sets. I bought my own fridge.
Yeah, okay. I need
so you know, I was part of the 9th Assembly.
And
so
also you are buying another one now.
I would have returned them. So and even they take inventory of whatever is inside of any legislator's office. There is an inventory. So before you can be paid off,
you sign.
And then they look at what was given to you, whether if they are not returned in good order, if none of them could be found, then they hold with your money, with part of your money.
Okay, but let me ask this question before we go on the program, Senator. You see, we have an economy that is a bit not friendly now, and government is fighting very hard to stabilize the Nigerian economy. And when you talk about this, the people will ask questions. What should be done at this moment? Should that 70 billion naira move away from the coffers of government to the bureaucracy in the National Assembly to make the offices comfortable when Nigeria is struggling and even borrowing money?
Yes, let me shed light on that, my dear sister. You know, budgetary process is not an everyday thing. You budget at once, and when you do budget, it covers a period of time. It can be 1 year, 12 months. So it is not when they now want to do something in the National Assembly bureaucratically that then we will now come and do another appropriation bill. When you do appropriation bill, 2022 appropriation is 2022 appropriation. 2023 appropriation is 2023 appropriation. Everything you want to do within that year will be inside it. So the one that you take priorities, some will take priorities above others. So if we are now saying that because of the time that we will not do the 70 billion naira or whatever for maybe making the environment conducive at all, then it means that after the 500 billion naira or somewhat, then we will come back 3 months time if things are okay to do another appropriation. Appropriation law is not like that. It is done at once. That is why all these ones were included at once. The release can never be at once. So the 500 billion naira palliative is the priority of government.
Yes.
It will go to them.
Yes.
So the issue of buying will not be tomorrow.
It's a long term.
Yes, something.
Okay.
So all these things that we are talking about can even be done in September.
Okay.
It can even be in October.
So Nigerians will understand.
There's no way the 500 billion naira that had been appropriated for the federal government for palliative can wait till then. So definitely appropriation is one of process.
Okay.
So it's not something that you keep doing every day.
Okay.
So it is not that when you want to repair toilet, you go and do appropriation. When you want to buy fridge, you go and do appropriation.
So this covers the entire 1 year.
Yes.
Okay, Senator. You see, this is your maiden appearance on this program since you became the chairman media committee for the Senate.
Yes.
And indirectly, you are the spokesperson of the Senate. Yes. So now, what kind of covenants, before we let you go, because our time is already go, what kind of covenants will you as a Senate give to Nigerians now?
Yes, I'm very sorry. I don't even like comment like this, just spending 1 or 2 minutes and just...
Yes.
Because I want to have a kind of interaction with Nigerians. And this 10th Senate and even 10th National Assembly is going to be positively uncommon. It is a resolve that we want to make a great difference, positive difference for that matter. One, we have 3 main functions: to make law, to oversight, at the same time advocate for our constituencies and